Hi everyone. Sorry for the delay on this, but well, two things happened yesterday. Court didn't start until later than usual, and then I was trying to do two things at one time, and so I got a little confused. So I wanted to watch it again on my DVR to make sure I didn't miss any points. So that's why. Okay. We start off, and you have to remember that this is a Friday episode. So Friday is usually used to tie up any loose ends, and it can go anywhere. So you have to be ready for anything. Okay. So we start off with Adam and Chelsea out for lunch or something, and Adam says, "I have a proposal for you." So Chelsea gets all nervous and like, I don't know if it's the right time because she's expecting it to be a marriage proposal because, you know, they've been together for a while now as a couple, living together. So you would think it's a next natural step, right? He says, "Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it like this." So I'm like, okay, not a marriage proposal. But he does want her to work with him as his COO, right? And what's really funny is there was a funny moment um, where he got down on one knee, like the traditional marriage proposal setting. Like the guy gets on one knee, and says whatever, and then ultimately, will you marry me? So because he got down on one knee, there were some onlookers, and they got involved, and they thought it was a marriage proposal. So at the very end of all the stuff, she says, yes, okay, whatever. And then they're cheering and clapping because they think it's a marriage proposal. That's what tricked me up because I was like, what? I didn't think it was a marriage proposal, and yet they're clapping. And then I was like, oh, they just got involved because he got down on one knee. Okay, so that was one storyline. The second storyline is the reveal of the interior decoration and whether or not Jack was going to like it. And it's really funny because it was like, to me, they changed some of the fabrics and stuff. And it's like a lot more color friendly, but they didn't really do too much. So I don't understand what all the trepidation was about, but whatever. Okay. So she's all nervous and he's nervous, and then he says he loves it and all this stuff. So it's a celebration, right? Okay, that's storyline number two. Storyline number three is Lily and Audra are talking. Lily is sitting there and by herself, and Audra happens to see her, and Audra says, "Can I sit down?" Well, you can tell by body language that Lily doesn't really want Audra to join her, but she says, okay, whatever, like with a whatever attitude. So they start talking, and I'm like, what is Audra doing? Because I'm trying to remember the relationship, okay? Audra is dating Nate. Nate and Lily are cousins. So I'm like, okay, maybe she wants her approval slightly, but still doesn't make any sense because even if, well, theoretically, even if your family doesn't like your mate or whatever, or the person you want to be your mate, you should make the ultimate decision, right? So I still am like, why is she seeking approval? Like, it didn't make any sense. You know, I don't know. And then uh, Holden happens. Holden is an interesting character because I'm trying to figure out what Holden's role is. I mean, besides, I know that he's supposed to be Damien's right hand man or whatever. But I mean, other than that, I don't understand his place in Genoa City yet. I At first, I thought they were gonna break up uh, Audra and Nate, so Audra could be with Holden, but I'm not so sure about that. So I'm kind of perplexed, right? But there's another level to it that just happened on Friday's episode, which is they were talking. Lily and Audra were talking, and Holden happens to be there in the background. You're supposed to believe in the background, and he happens to overhear, and he's kind of eavesdropping. And so I'm like, what's the point of eavesdropping? So he's a little suspect in my mind at this point. I was on the fence with him, but now I'm like, why are you here? Like, I don't get what your deal is. And no, just to be clear, not everybody has to have a deal, but this guy's acting sketchy. So, what do you want here? Would be my question. I don't know the answer to that. Um, so yeah, that was kind of left on a who knows basis. So there are some stuff to clear up for next week. But it was just like, okay. I was happy for Adam and Chelsea because they're gonna work together and hopefully it works out because I've seen both sides of it. I've seen where couples can work and live and whatever, everything together, and it's great. And then you see the ones that it tears apart because too much time together. So I hope they come out on the positive side, but we'll have to see. I just was getting a little bit worried because we weren't seeing Adam or Chelsea for a while. And I mean, not just a couple of weeks, like a couple of months. So I'm like, what's up with them? So I guess I got my answer, but I don't know. Somehow I'm just not fulfilled with it. I don't know. I think I expect too much from Y&R sometimes. All right. Bye, everybody.